Hi, Craig again here with Ohio Cat. Today we're going to be talking about drivetrains. Drivetrains on these big machines can be either manual, hydraulic, or even electric. Let's take a look. So here we are in the lab. We talked yesterday and introduced this lesson at the 980M front wheel loader. We're talking about transmission of power or drivetrains. And I want to explain to you a little bit about the prop that I have here. This is a transmission. And what it does is it takes power from the engine. I'm standing where the engine would be in the machine. It takes linear power from the pistons going up and down in the engine, connects it to the crankshaft, which is reciprocating engine energy, so it turns it into rotating energy, and it connects to the transmission. And that energy is then converted from the transmission to our drivetrain that would be located somewhere here out on the machine. And the goal that we're trying to get is that we're taking energy from the engine, we're transmitting that energy from the transmission to the ground so that we can propel our machine forward or backward. And transmissions, what they do is they help us select gears so that we can either go really, really slow for a lot of torque, or we can go really, really fast to get our work done quicker. Like traveling down the road, for example, would be something that would be a quick thing. We don't need a whole lot of power, but we want speed. So the transmission is what converts that power into torque and delivers it to the wheels of the machine. Okay, I threw out a term that you might want to just sit back and try to digest a little bit, and that word was torque. And what we're doing here with this transmission is it's a manual transmission, but it also uses hydraulics. And it uses hydraulics by converting manual linear motion into reciprocating motion manually. And it goes into what is called a torque converter. And that torque converter has oil in it, and it turns it into hydraulic energy. So we take linear energy to reciprocating energy into fluid energy, and then we convert it back to manual energy to get it to the ground. What I want to show you next is a machine that's completely driven by hydraulic power. So we're talking about hydraulic power, and here in the cab of this tractor are the levers that the operator would use to move forward or backwards to divert the oil in the hydraulic motor. And I'll show you that hydraulic motor momentarily. Okay, so here we are on our mini excavator. We're talking about hydraulic motors or hydraulic power to get to the track, or energy to the ground through the drivetrain. And we're moving our levers in the cab. The fluid then, in command of our levers, gets diverted from the directional control valve into hoses and then back down to our hydraulic motor. And what this motor does is it takes the hydraulic energy and converts it to manual energy to physically turn the wheel in the motor connected to our track. And that motion then propels the machine either forward if we want to go forward or backwards if we want to go backwards. And it's all done hydraulically using fluid power in our motor controlled by our levers in the cab.